Chapani, a general surgery resident, and today I have with me Dr. Smruti Suryavanshi. Dr. Smruti is a dentist and a very good childhood friend of mine. Dr. Smruti has completed her BDS from Nanded Rural Dental College and Research Center. She's currently doing her MDS in oral maxillofacial surgery. She's a second-year OMFS resident at Rajiv Gandhi College of Dental Sciences and Hospital, Bangalore. She has also completed various observerships. She has done her observership in KIDWAI Memorial Institute of Oncology for Onco, in NIMHANS for neurosurgery, and is about to complete her observership at Victoria Hospital for Plastic and Ambedkar Jain Hospital for clefts. Welcome, Smruti. It's great having you here.
Hi, Sabha. So am I glad to be here. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it literally takes me down to all those memories in the school, when we used to be in the council committee, go for debates and all of it. It literally took me down the memory lane to have you here.
Right. So, and now we are standing on this platform. So it's really incredible and unimaginable for me too.
I know. Okay, so I think we shall begin. Starting with what made you choose to become a dentist? Did you always wanted to be a dentist, or you wanted to do MBBS, but then you ended up taking BDS, or how it was? Like, take us through your journey.
Sure. So currently I am a second year resident of oral and maxillofacial surgery. So I had never imagined that I would be at this platform, and it was like back then when I was preparing for my UG undergraduate MBBS thing. I always had it in my mind that I want to become an MBBS doctor, come what may. And dentistry, I landed up taking dentistry because I could not make it through MBBS. So I guess there are most of the students like me who wanted to become an MBBS and they could not make it too. So after coming to BDS, first year was like, actually, I was not even prepared that what the journey is going to be. So eventually, over the period of undergraduation, coming to final year in my oral surgery postings, I realized, okay, there's a branch called oral and maxillofacial surgery. And probably I should try to think of it. And there was always a kick in my mind that I want to get into OTs come what may. So after preparing for my NEET post graduation, like NEET, we have NEET MDS. I prepared for that, and then I got through it, and then I'm doing OMFS here.
Perfect. And I think you're doing OMFS very beautifully. And like you very correctly said, a lot of people initially always take up PCB because they want to give NEET and get into MBBS. And BDS is a second option. Unless there are people, of course, who want to be dentists, maybe they are passionate towards it. But a major chunk is when they don't get up MBBS and then go on taking BDS. So, but then this is what I want to highlight here, that, it is all fit in our minds to just take up MBBS. But now, like we are speaking several years later, we are here at this platform where you are doing oral maxillofacial surgery, which is actually a commendable thing. So, yes. So, can you take us through how exactly BDS works? Like, how many years is it, and what all subjects do we have? Do we have a little common subjects like we have in MBBS, or it is completely different?
Sure. So in BDS, firstly, it is of 4 years and then 1 year of internship. Added, like in MBBS, you have 4.5 years and 1 year of internship. So in first year and second year, almost we share the same subjects, same basic sciences like anatomy, physiology, microbiology, biochemistry, pharmacology. So almost till third year, general surgery and general medicine are also added in it. So till 3 years, we have the same subjects. We study the same things that you do. It's just that we focus more on the head and neck region than compared to the other body parts. So, and then coming to final year, we have the clinical subjects for dentistry. In clinical subjects, I'll just share that because it comes in the post-graduation branches as well. So we have around 5 clinical branches coming to maxillofacial surgery, prosthodontics, then we have endodontics, then we have orthodontics, then we have periodontics, and other non-clinical branches like oral pathology, oral medicine and radiology, and then public health dentistry. So all this we study in the final year of the BDS curriculum. After that, we have 1 year of rotary internship and then followed by the post-graduation.
Perfect. So can you also, in brief, now that you have enlisted all the specialty options post BDS while we choose to do MDS, can you in brief tell us of what exactly is pedo, what exactly is ortho and OMFS, like for everybody to understand?
Yeah, sure. So it's like in maxillofacial surgery, firstly, we deal with all the facial thing related to head and neck completely. Then coming to prosthodontics, we mostly relate to the prosthesis part. That is all you have been hearing in layman terms about the crown and bridges and all these things. Dentures and everything comes under the prosthesis part, prosthodontics part. Then we have the pediatric dentistry. And then in pediatric dentistry, we relate with all the oral thing of the pedo patients. And then coming to periodontology, periodontology deals specifically with the gums and the bones. Then we have orthodontics. Orthodontics is mostly alignment of your occlusion or your teeth. Basically, it is the smile designing part, you can say. And then we have the next is oral medicine and radiology, where again you study about the radiology part and as well as the medicine part. And then coming to public health dentistry, it is more of the campaigns and the surveys and all. And next is oral pathology, where you again come to the histological part of the pathologies. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, so basically this is the list of all the options we have as a specialty post BDS.
Yes. One more, I think I forgot to enlighten about the conservative and endodontics part of the MDS program. It mostly relates with the, you must have heard about root canals and all. It is mostly related to that. That is basically conserving the tooth. So these are all the clinical branches, the 5 branches like periodontics, conservative, oral maxillofacial surgery, prosthesis, and periodontics, and pediatric dentistry. Yes.
Perfect. So, Smruti, what made you choose OMFS in this entire list of branches? Like, I know you and I knew it for a fact that if this is the list, you would definitely go for something where you are a surgeon in the theater. But
Yes,
yeah, for
course.
everybody, what made you choose it?
Yes, I guess I wouldn't say it is a very long journey or I had too much thought about it or something. It was straight away clear in my mind right from my BDS days. Like whenever in final year, whenever I had my clinical postings, I used to go to oral and maxillofacial department, and there, okay, whatever the procedures might be going on, I always had that keen interest in looking at them and performing them. And somewhere I had that I want to be on the other side. Even I want to be performing those procedures. And then when I went to OT once, being an intern, and it was a completely different experience. And then I thought, no, I want to be the operator there, come what may. And after taking NEET examination, when I was going through my counseling process, everybody had like, oh no, you should go for endodontics and you should go for orthodontics so that you can maintain a work-life balance as well. Being OMFS is an emergency branch, you should not be taking it. But I guess none of the thoughts affected me ever because it was so clear in my mind. I always dreamed, it was my dream branch. And so when I got the seat, when I came to oral and maxillofacial surgery, it's not just another branch, it is completely different world. And I would say sky is the limit for it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be part of surgery. Yes.
I totally understand and also totally relate because like you did your NEET MBS and took OMFS, I also gave my NEET PG and took up surgery, but the entire world was telling me not to take up surgery and to maintain a work life and take something which is more elective than emergency. So I can totally relate to what you're trying to put in here. And I can also relate to all the OMFS things in the OT. Like I was posted in plastic surgery, and we as plastic surgeons and OMFS, we used to fight over cleft palate.
Absolutely. And then OMFS people taking the call like, no, we are not going to leave the case. This is ours. And it's just fun. It's just fun. Whatever it may be, but it's so fun.
Yes. I think it's in the blood of the surgeons that, this case is ours and we are going to do it. Neither will we leave it nor will you all.
Absolutely. The satisfaction of holding the scalpel in your hand is totally different, and standing in the OT, yes.
Yeah, it is beautiful, beautiful, full of adrenaline. So, Smruti, coming to your experience in these apex institutes like NIMHANS and KIDWAI, how was it? Like you have worked with few of the best surgeons of the country. So how was it and how did you like it?
That's actually the major part of oral and maxillofacial surgery is about the medical training. Since throughout the BDS curriculum, we are not exposed to the medical trainings, or rather, like you have been going through the rounds in your internship, so you have basically the idea. But unlike when you're doing BDS, you don't have those ideas. So clear cut, it's in MDS oral and maxillofacial surgery. It's like major part of it. Like I would say 1/4 part of the OMFS curriculum, we have to spend it with you guys. So earlier, I had my 6 months of observership, I would say, in Ambedkar Hospital, where we had posted in different departments. So first, like we were posted in medicine department, surgery department, radiology department. Then we were also posted in casualty, anesthesia. So there we learned like the routine procedures that we were not knowing as being a BDS student, we were completely unaware of. So, like, we used to go with our friends from medicine and surgery. With them, we used to go. They taught us so many things, like, maybe the basic procedures also. But then, yes, I learned my actual IV catheter placement with my surgery resident. So you can imagine like how helpful they were to us. So eventually, yes, medical training is like a 6 months program we have in OMFS. So guess you can see that in OM, can you imagine being a dentist and then coming to back to medical college and learning those things with your batchmates? It's totally different thing. And then we have again after the medical training we have four more observerships to be done in OMFS. Like first is oncology. Oncology we have done from KIDWAI Institute of Oncology, and there I was posted there for 1 month of observership. I would say it is the most turning point of my life because I had never imagined or have never seen such cases that I had seen in KIDWAI Memorial Hospital. And we were blessed to have very wonderful fellows there, and they have taught us so many things. And yes, we were full time in OTs, and we got to do lots of suturings. And yes, we could assist so many major cases. It was like I was feeling okay, I'm also the part of the team who is saving the lives. And yes, that's a prestige, I would say. And then coming to my NIMHANS posting, it was again 1 month of observership. So there I was mostly posted in the casualty. So casualty is again the most incredible part of NIMHANS. Like I would say every medico person should once go for casualty posting in NIMHANS because it is just amazing. I guess I am short of words, but it's awesome. And then there also we learn many things. Even they let us do craniotomies. Can you believe coming from BDS background, doing OMFS, and then you get a chance to do that craniotomy? It really gives goosebumps and adrenaline, even to think of it. But yes, we learned those things, and NIMHANS was the best again. Now I'm yet to complete my observership in MAHAVIR Jain Hospital for clefts. And then even for plastic surgery, I'll be going to Victoria Hospital, but then they are scheduled to be in the next 6 months.
Perfect. This literally reminds me of now. I was posted in oncosurgery, and all the oral carcinoma cases and mandibulectomies and glossectomies, we used to call the OMFS people, and they used to wash in with us, and there was a part that they used to do. And for that matter, neurosurgery, like you said, trauma and triage of the casualties, something which is very, very incredible and something to learn from.
Yes, and it's very important as well because being a BDS, no emergency casualties, we are able to see. So when you're posted there, you see a very different thing, and that's how we learn. I feel that these medical trainings were so helpful, and they gave a big, scope to us that okay, even we can be the part of saving lives. And as I said, it's sky's the limit to it. Yes.
Yeah, perfect. And I think all the things that we are discussing, to be very frank, being a dentist or a BDS has so much scope into it, is something which we never knew when we were in our 11th and 12th standard. And a lot of people just take up BDS as a second option because they didn't get into MBBS. But I think they don't know the reality. And if they know so, maybe BDS also would be a first choice for a lot of people who would aspire to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would say like it's a bridge between dentistry and medical thing. So it's like if you are part of if you are an OMFS, you can practice your dentistry as well as be a part of hospitals, big hospitals where you can operate onco cases, where you can perform orthodontic cases. So it's like you're connecting both the branches, and of course then it's not like if you're doing BDS, you can never enter into OTs or you can never perform surgeries. You can through OMFS. Yes.
Perfect. And can you also enlighten us a bit about how this is in the foreign countries, like in the UK and in the US?
Yes. So I think like whatever research I have done, like in countries like USA, UK, to become an oral and maxillofacial surgery, it is mandatory for you to have a medical degree. You cannot become an oral and maxillofacial surgeon on the basis of your dental degree. So that's what we have a golden chance in India. You can be a surgeon, being a dentist. So why lose this chance? Why not take this opportunity and just like if you are into medicine and you could not make it to medicine, then you can just go to dentistry and come into OMFS and then be a part of this. Yes.
Exactly. This is what I was expecting out of this conversation. So, for all the people watching this in India, it is a very, very golden opportunity for you. Stop taking drops every year for NEET and, just take up
Yeah.
this branch, take up OMFS. If you were in the US, you would have to do your entire MBBS and then residency and then get into OMFS. But now in India, that we have such a golden chance that through dentistry we can do this. So, why not?
And also, I would like to add that the OMFS is not just a field that you could complete in just 3 years. Like post MDS, we have lot of opportunities. Like I said, it's a totally different world. We have, like broadly, I would say we have fellowships into that. Like we have into orthodontic surgeries where we deal with the facial reconstruction part, everything. And then comes to trauma. Then we have clefts and we also have oncology. So these are the four broad things, and there are again advancements in it, like implantology is the latest thing, then facial cosmetology. So that's how I would say that it's not an end. You have so much more to learn after doing OMFS also. It's not like in 3 years you complete OMFS and no. You have like 6 to 7 years of dedicated. Sometimes, when I was in KIDWAI, I had almost forgotten that I'm a part of dentistry. No, I had almost forgotten about it. So you can see that it's a totally different world. Yes.
Oh God, you have actually enlightened me as well. Like, I also personally didn't know that
Uh,
BDS have so much in it. So
yeah.
it's like a complete thing in itself where you have surgeries. And if you don't want to go for OMFS, like you said, you have pedo, you have ortho, then you also have a part of pathology and radiology where you would be doing all the biopsies and everything, or in the radiology, the imaging and all of it. So I think it is more or less the same as MBBS, just that it is restricted to the oral cavity and the head and neck part.
Yes, yes,
Perfect.
absolutely. So when actually I had joined my OMFS, I still remember my guide had told me that don't just forget that you are a part of dentistry now. Just consider like you are a resident, just like you're any other medical resident. You have to work like them. You have to put an effort that those residents do. So just imagine yourself in that and always be alert and learn as much as you can in this curriculum. So yes, I remember still those words.
Yeah, very correct. So to sum up the entire conversation that me and you had today, uh, I would like to say I was nowhere intending to compare between MBBS and BDS, but I wanted to put across this message to everybody out there that there is so much in BDS and people just take it as a second option. And that is the reason I was continuously talking about it with relating it to MBBS so that people understand. Having said that, Smruti, it takes me back to the days when both of us were together in school, used to talk about how we want to become doctors, always studious, going for debates together. And then, I also remember you awarded the Student of the Year of our batch.
Yeah.
And then coming to 11th and 12th together, same coaching, same college, and finally giving our NEET. I took MBBS, you ended up taking BDS, but after several years today, both of us are sitting at the very similar level in the operation theater, operating every day. And that is something which is so, so beautiful and commendable. And I think none of us had thought, even at that point of time, initially you felt that maybe BDS was your second choice, but now I see you have no regrets at all, and it is one of the beautiful things that have happened to you. And actually, to be very frank, we are very much on the same page, and doesn't really make a difference, is what I feel in the practical life.
Absolutely. So, like me, there are many aspirants who might be thinking that taking a BDS, okay, I may not be dealing with so much thing, there's no scope in it. But BDS itself is a specialty branch. Like after 5 years, you're already completing a specialization in the oral thing. So after that, if you're taking into MDS curriculum, maybe any branch, not even OMFS, you're already, shining out with so much knowledge, I would say. And then after MDS, you have again fellowship programs and all. And I guess there's so much to it, and you should not give up or dishearten yourself. Like, okay, I could not make it to MBBS, so that now I won't be able to do anything more. So yes, this is always a better option to take BDS and then go for other PG programs here.
I think very rightly said. And also, I would like to state here that even after taking MBBS, a lot of people don't get through NEET PG. They end up taking non-clinical branches like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, which are also very good in itself if you want to do it. But having said that, you can also opt for BDS instead of that and go and become a surgeon and be in the theater operating. So I
Yes,
think there's the society that has instilled it in our head. We all need to broaden our horizons and think of what it is, and not what
yes,
everybody says that give NEET and get into MBBS. No, that is not how it is. That is how the notion is in India. But if we all look at the foreign countries, we understand the importance of various branches and how to take
yes.
decisions in life. So I think, yes, sometimes we should be practical. And for all those who are just trying to take drops every year, I would really recommend that, give it a second thought and maybe
Yeah.
consider something from this interview that we had today. So, towards the end, Shruti, do you have any take home message for all the aspirants out there?
Yes, to all my budding aspirants, to all the students who are appearing for NEET undergraduate, I would just say that if you could not make into MBBS and you still have that kick in your mind that I want to get into those OTs, I want to perform surgeries, there's still a long road. You just opt for BDS, don't think much, keep your aim clear right from your first year and get into the best college for OMFS, and then yes, you can do anything, you can achieve anything you want. It's a beautiful journey. And I personally, being an OMFS resident, I feel that I am into a different world. I have no regrets that I could not make into MBBS, because everything, even for a minor surgeries, a complete body evaluation has to be done. When there are grafts being placed from fibula to the, in case of mandibular reconstruction, I still, oh God, I have to be there in for almost 10 hours together in those reconstruction OTs also. So it's like a different feeling. And yes, you should not give up if you could not make it to MBBS. You can take BDS anytime.
Perfect. I think this sums up all. Perfect. So, to sum it up, I feel like I have to choose my niche after general surgery and take up a particular branch or a subspecialty and finally restrict myself to a particular organ or a part of the body. Similarly, I think you have already restricted yourself to a particular part of the body. So I think it is a little bit of shorter span of time to achieve that rather than to take up MS general surgery, then to take up a particular niche and a subspecialty and then go towards it. But eventually, we all end up taking up one particular part of the body and specializing in it with the trend
Yes.
that we have today. So I don't think, like, of course, there is a difference, but then there is no difference. It all depends on how we think and how we look forward towards it.
Of course, there's a difference, but you can, complete that difference by getting into OMFS and then connecting with the medical people as well. So there's nothing to worry about. If you're taking BDS also, you can practice dentistry, because dentistry itself has so many branches. So if you are a good artist, if you have a good clinical skill, you can end up making the best of the dentists in the world as well. So yes, it's MBBS is not the last option. You can go for BDS as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think with this note, we will end this here. It was really nice having you here, Shruti. And
Thank
I will
you.
see
Thank you, Siva.
Yeah, I will see you if I come to Bangalore. Now that you've spoken about such apex institutes like KIDWAI and NIMHANS, I feel like I should also just get up and come to those institutes and go to the theater. So,
I am just
yes.
wondering someday we operating in one operation theater, maybe that day comes soon.
Oh, I wish that would be so nice and beautiful.
Correct. Thank you,
Thank you for,
Sabha. Thank you for having me on this platform. It really feels very
yeah,
privileged to be part of this, and thank you so much again.
Shruti. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.